I recently moved year groups from my year group in year 3 to year 6. That's really exciting, but because of where year 6 is located in a different school, it feels like I've moved schools in many ways. So this video is going to talk about 7 secrets to starting in a new setting, because that's what I feel like I've been through. But first, coffee. Coffee. Contrary to popular belief, coffee is not the first secret. The first secret is asking questions. Asking questions in a new setting is essential. There are so many different things that will be new in a new setting or even just a new year group. Therefore, asking questions is critical. It's going to actually save you time in the long run, because you don't want to not ask questions, presume you're right, continue down a path and then figure out, I don't know, 6 weeks later that you've done something wrong and then have to go back and correct things. Asking questions also just shows that you care. I'm going to share another secret at the end of this video, which I missed out of my blog, which I shared earlier this weekend. So I was staring at the steering wheel and I realized number 2 would be perfect for this. Don't reinvent the wheel. So go into any new setting, whether it's a new year group or school, there's going to be resources from previous years that you can use. This is going to save you time and also make things a little bit more exciting, because you can look at that, see what worked, what didn't, and then change things based on your perspectives. There's nothing worse than trying to start from a blank slate, which can be really challenging. So if you know previous years have had good planning, things like that, you might need to change things completely, but try not to reinvent the wheel. At the same time, there are things like, Twinkle, Grammarsaurus, Classroom Secrets. All these resource websites nowadays have a plethora of different resources for year groups, because the national curriculum hasn't changed for such a long time. There is a real strong bank of different resources available too. Then number 3 is templates. Use templates. Your new school or setting will have templates. From my year group, we have templates from previous years for things like learning objectives and bits like this. At the same time, if you're struggling to find templates for things like Slides Go are brilliant. They've got a range of different slides, it's free, and it can help you save time. There's nothing worse than looking at a blank slide, not knowing where to go with things. I find Slides Go is really good. So yeah, use templates if they're available, because it will save you time and also help you understand the expectations. Okay, so I messed up a lot today. Be open to criticism. I messed up a lot today, and thankfully, my team has been really receptive, and they've not given me any criticism. But I think it's really important, along with asking questions, to kind of be open to taking criticism. So taking books that, where things perhaps haven't gone well, and just kind of gone, this is what I've done, this is what's happened in class, what should we do differently, how would we change things? And that really helps. And then the next point from there is to reflect. Reflection is really important as a teacher, because sometimes it can be overdone and you can over-reflect and overthink things, which can create, imposter syndrome. I've created a video all about that. I'll link that above here. But yeah, try to reflect and think about what's gone well. Really do think about what's gone well mostly, but then obviously think about those improvements too. I think it's also important, today there has been a lot of challenges, but reflecting on what's gone well is important, because otherwise you just get yourself into a negative mind frame. And based on that, the next point then would also be to not be too hard on yourself. I know personally I'm extremely hard on myself as a teacher, and I'm kind of my own worst enemy, especially during the first weeks. Yes, it helps make improvements, but then from there, try not to criticize yourself too much, because otherwise it just gets you down. Back home, busy day, and the final secret to a successful start of the year. Back home, busy day, and the final secret to a successful start of the year is relationships, both with children and with adults. The way you develop relationships with children is crucial during that first week. I've made the mistake in the past of just kind of going straight in with learning, not really had opportunities to develop relationships. When I say develop relationships, you don't just have to do the get to know me activities, absolutely not. What you do want to do though is to develop an understanding of them, their home life, what things look like, what their normal is. And the same for you, to not be afraid to share things about yourself to the children, so that they gain a clearer picture, because only by having that transparency will they gain respect for you. Yes, stay strict, stay fair, and all those different things like that, but relationships really will help you with developing trust in the classroom, but also help with behavior too, because then you can start to go, well, this isn't normal from you, what's going on? And it really helps, and that's one thing that, is definitely important. With adults then, the big secret really is starting to develop those relationships and starting to, again, reveal a little bit about yourself and develop an understanding of who the individuals are for two reasons. One, to go to when times are tough and you just want to kind of share some of the challenges from throughout the day without anything back. You just want to kind of offload. You need your A, offload person, and then B, advice person, which then links back to that other secret. You want those individuals who you can go to, people who have got more experience than you, who you can say like, oh, I'm having challenges with this, what can I do? And you also need that person who isn't going to offer that advice, who you can just go, you know what, this has been a challenge, and they're going to listen to you. So there's my 7 secrets. I hope you find this useful. If you have, I've got loads of supportive content for new teachers, but also existing teachers through EdTech and Wellbeing. So go and check those out too. This video here is going to help you understand what to do with balancing new routines. Feel free to go and check that out. If you haven't already subscribed, do that too. And I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, I'm out.